liked the order that they went in. I mean, I think that, TreVeyon Henderson is a guy that, as far as my day 2 list, was at the top of my list for running backs. I thought he would go before they got a chance to pick. So I didn't think that was realistic, but them sitting there at 38 and him being there, I just think it's a home run, because he's a home run hitter. I mean, he's got speed, he's got explosiveness. For a young back, a college back, to be able to do pass protection the way that he has is way beyond what you normally see in these types of players, and gives them a chance to compete on day one to be sort of the next great Patriots passing back. And, James White and Kevin Falk and Shane Vereen and all these guys, that type of guy. But also Elliott Wolf said that they see him as 3-down ability, which he definitely has that. Kyle Williams was one of my top-rated wide receivers coming into this. I mean, the word that comes to mind when I think of Kyle Williams is explosiveness. I mean, his ability to get off the ball, his ability to get up to top speed quickly, really stands out on film. And then Jared Wilson is one of these guys, and, they're all young. They're all really good people, high character guys. And Jared Wilson is a guy who, he played center and really well for Georgia this year. He had been sort of a sixth offensive lineman before that. So really, and I asked Elliott Wolf this, and I heard from other Patriots sources, like, he's going to have an ability, because they signed Garrett Bradbury in the offseason. He's going to get the chance to compete at left guard, which is one of the big question marks on this team. And so, I mean, from that perspective, they checked off 3 big question marks on this offense on day 2. And to me, I thought they did a terrific job adding 3 guys that have a very good chance of being heavy contributors to the team this year.
Yeah. So I guess breaking it down pick by pick, the first thing you're going to look at, was, and again, there was some Ashton Jeanty smoke potentially with the Patriots. Would they consider him at 4? Can't miss player, explosive. I know you liked him a lot, but seems like a luxury pick for a team in the first round with all the needs the Patriots have, and maybe not the infrastructure to be able to support it. In the second round, some people still feel that way. So you're going to have that kind of mixed bag reaction and reception to the pick, because Luther Burden, who was a lot of people's binky, is sitting there available, and he went maybe a pick later to the Bears. And that was, I think, people had targeted. So not that people didn't like Henderson, but some of the reaction would be, well, couldn't you have gotten the receiver there and the back later? Then you come back with Kyle Williams later. So you're going to be looking at it as, are you better with TreVeyon Henderson and Kyle Williams, or would you have been better with Burden and whatever back you could have gotten there, if that's the direction that you wanted to go with those 2 picks? It feels like, and again, I don't know whether Wolf addressed this or not, they took every last second to make that pick. I don't know if there was a disagreement in the room, or they were, maybe a little bit torn there, because they didn't expect it. They didn't know if that was necessarily what they should have gone. It really feels, and Wolf said it, that they went with best player available, that maybe they hadn't considered that they were going to go back that early. But when they saw him sitting there, they said, we can't not draft this guy.
Yeah. Wolf was asked about that, and it was on my list of questions to ask.
Yeah.
Wolf said that they were getting trade offers, and
they were
ultimately they decided the value of the trade was not worth
too good
what the player was. And I agree. And I understand. I wasn't a big Luther Burden guy. I thought he was a little bit too undersized to be taken that high. But I mean, I think, Jeanty, I'm a big fan of. He's obviously an every down back, and I think, he's special and he's built low to the ground. TreVeyon Henderson is a smaller, lighter back. But the thing is like, you look at these guys in totality, like Henderson's he's an explosive playmaker. So is Kyle Williams. And I think just adding that element to Ramondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson, was too much to pass up.
Yeah, Greg, as you said, it's too good to pass up with TreVeyon Henderson here. How do you see him kind of playing out here in year 1 on this team? You mentioned that they talk about him as a guy who does have every down ability, but he is a slightly smaller guy. So I don't see him coming right out of the gate with 20 plus touches per game. What does this mean, as far as Ramondre Stevenson is concerned with this team? Is it still Stevenson's backfield and Henderson mixes in? Does he have a chance to just take it outright? And again, backs, sometimes they take a little bit more time. One of the things that usually holds them back is the pass protection and things like that they have to kind of work on before they can be trusted to be out there so they don't get a quarterback killed. Since he's so good at that, you would think he has a shorter path to significant playing time.
Yeah, I don't see him having a big role. I mean, we'll see how the season goes. I think he is going to be, we'll see what happens with Antonio Gibson. You got to remember that this is also a guy who, because of his smaller stature, durability has been an issue for him in the past. So you don't want to ask too much of him. I see him as a, 10 to 15 play guy. Maybe if he's able to show that he can do more, he gets into the rotation a little bit. They still have Antonio Gibson, who's a very good. I see Stevenson and Gibson still rotating as the sort of first two down backs. And I think Henderson's going to be in short order. I think he's going to be the third down back. And it's just, it's really about giving Josh McDaniels. And by the way, what they've done over the first 2 days, this is something Bill Belichick never would have done, never did for Josh McDaniels in terms of, here, let me give you more tools for the tool chest. Like, the only time he ever did this was for like Matt Patricia. And that really worked out well. That was a good expense. But I mean, it's all these guys, it's just giving them more playmakers. I mean, when you think about the guys that they have now, and even if you incorporate like a Pop Douglas, I mean, you're talking about guys who can make plays in space, who can make people miss and can get up to speed quickly. And it's been a long time, maybe forever, since the Patriots had those type of guys. So I just see him as he's just going to add an element of speed, home run ability, but not on a big basis, I wouldn't say, for a while.
CLNS Patriots coverage is powered by PrizePicks. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup.